Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon.
Oh, I think I closed that link a little too soon. Tried to do a little fancy pants opening, but didn't quite work. Clicked the button too soon. But either way, I'm here. You're here. I'm doing fine. How are you? I'm here for Bryno's World Live here, making a pizza, as some of you know. Not just any kind of pizza, though. I'll get into what I'm making exactly in just a minute, but first let's see who we got in the room here at the moment. I think just a few people right now. Bob and Joe, as always, thank y'all. See DJ Lamar too, thank you. Frankie for coming. And of course Steven is here as always. Thanks again for the support. I think I see 6 concurrent viewers here. That's quite an impressive number given the Saturday after Christmas. And I think there's still some football on right now, but why you would want to watch me instead of football is anybody's guess. But anyway, I'm here. As you may be able to see here, to my right here, to my left, your right. I don't even know which way left and right is anymore. Got ingredients for a pizza. It's not going to be any kind of pizza, though. I don't know if I put it in the description, but it's going to be a Dayton-style pizza. At least that's what I'm going to try and make. For those that don't live in the Dayton area, the Dayton-style pizza is pretty much, if anyone who lives in Dayton knows, there's the two primary pizzerias in town. The ones that have been around the longest are Cassano's and Marion's. Those are typically the round pizzas that are pretty thin crust, but not quite cracker thin. There's still a little bit of meat, a little bit of substance to them, but not an incredible amount. And the one thing that separates them from the others is, well, there's 2 things. One, they're cut into tiny little squares, like you can eat them in 1 bite, maybe 2. And they actually don't use mozzarella. They use what I'm going to use here, some provolone cheese. I remember Cassano's advertising that pretty heavily in commercials, in radio commercials in the 90s. Not sure if Marion's have done that, but as far as I know, they have. But I don't know if I have enough provolone for a pizza with just these 6 ounces of deli slices, so I got some mozzarella just in case, although in hindsight I probably should have gotten more provolone slices. But, oh well. Another thing I've heard that makes a Dayton pizza different is that it's a little bit more salty than others, which I didn't think about until someone mentioned it, and it makes sense. So for this, my pizza dough, I just added a little bit more salt into the dough. Hopefully they'll give it more of the salty flavor that we expect. Let me see. Bob says, yes, Marion's. Yep, definitely Marion's is one of them. Like I said before, Cassano's is another one. I've been getting a lot of Cassano's more recently because they're the only pizzeria of the 2 that, at 1, does delivery, and 2, actually allows online delivery. I think if Marion's just, I hate to say pull their heads out of their you-know-what and get with modern times, they might get more business, I don't know, but Marion's, I think, has got a pretty good share in Dayton, so if they're doing fine for themselves, they're doing fine for themselves. So let's see, DJ Lamar, I'm going to share with my fellow friends. Thank you very much. So, got the dough here, but before we get started, as always, got a special beverage here for the live stream. If I can get this out of the... Actually, you know what? I'm going to get around this table here. It's got wheels on it, but I lock them in place. Give you a show before I open it. This is I think this is from Poland. It's a raspberry porter from Poland. I don't know if you can see it. Let me fiddle with my camera here. Yep. Comes from Poland, a raspberry porter. 8.5% alcohol. Is it brewed with raspberry juice, lagered with vanilla and chili peppers? Now, let me open this up first. Off screen. Now, honestly, I didn't even read the part where it said chili peppers until after I got this bottle home, but as far as I'm concerned, that's an added bonus. So again, raspberry porter lagered with vanilla and chili peppers. Let me smell this. That doesn't smell too bad. It smells nice. Got a little juicy bit to it at the end. Let me see. This is true. Marion's Cassano's is salty. Also the so-called rabbit food, rabbit turd sausages, whatever you want to call them. I'm just going to go straight up with boring old pepperoni, and I don't want to do any sausage here because I think it would overcomplicate things. But anyway, let's start off with taking a little sip of some liquid courage. Ooh, good clear raspberry flavor here. Not getting much of the vanilla or chili notes here, but then again, fruit flavored porters, you kind of want like a strong fruit flavor to them as well. So this is good. Now, not gonna get anything near the laptop there, so anyway, let's try and get started here. First off, I got this dough here that's been rising for a few hours. I wanted to do the live stream yesterday, but I tried I saw a recipe online for a so-called Dayton-ish pizza. I had trouble getting the dough to rise though. Let's get this, oh, no, let me get little hands on with this. There we go. As I was saying, I had some problems with the original recipe trying to get the dough to rise because, I don't know, I think the recipe called for quite a bit of flour and it just wasn't getting fluffy, it wasn't rising. Maybe I didn't mix the water in the yeast and the sugar in correctly. I don't know, that could have been the thing either. So at the end of the day, when it wasn't working, I decided, screw it, I'm going to just cancel the live stream on Friday and move it to today. And I'm just using my normal thin crust recipe that I've known and used for a few times. Just adding more sugar. No, not sugar. Just adding more salt. And the other recipe called for some olive oil to be added, which I didn't have in mind. But I put some in here. Why I'm folding it, I have no clue. Let me just blow this up more. What have we got here? Christopher Herbst is here. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Chris. Happy New Year. Let's get this a little bit more flour to the ball of dough. And if you're just tuning in, I'm making a Dayton-style pizza, which is basically thin crust pizza with a slightly salty crust topped with provolone instead of mozzarella. Though I will add some mozzarella, but I think it's lacking in the cheese end, so. And it's at this point I realize I think I need a rolling pin, and I forgot to get one out, so. Right now, stretching out the dough. I think this is going to be a giant ass pizza. And I don't even know if it's going to be thin crusted. That is, the recipe was supposed to be thin crust, but yeah. And Bob says you miss Cassano's and Marion so much. And the closest you had was Donato's. It's so-called, yeah, Donato's is a so-called Ohio style pizza, but Cassano's and Marion's have been around a lot longer than them, so they basically ripped off Dayton. So shame on them. Wannabes. Let me see. You know, I'm just gonna get the rolling pin out of my belt right here. And this cutting board is not staying still. Here we go. This is going to take a little bit of Christopher said made pizzas from scratch too. Oh, very, very cool. And I saw something about semolina flour. You sometimes use semolina flour to slide the pizza off the peel. It's recommended as an alternative to cornmeal. Yeah, well, I've got cornmeal on the side, so I'm going to use that anyway. Because as some of the live streamers have remembered before, one of my Achilles heels when making pizza is getting the pizza on and off the peel before it is cooked. Now I'm going to try and get this as thin as possible. I'm worried that this crust here on the outside might complicate things. And no, I'm not going to try to make this as round as possible either, because that's going to be an impossible task, so screw that. And why this pizza still isn't, you know, screw it. Hold on a sec, I'll put this on the peel here. This thing is pissing me off, so off the cutting board goes. Just the raw stainless steel. Let me know. Did I set the latency on this right? I thought I set the latency to low. I think it's too late to change it anyway, because I want to hear you guys' feedback as quickly as possible. So anywho, let's just wipe this down, which may screw me even more. Throw that off to the side. I'll throw it away and get the live stream's over. 5-second rule. My house, my rules. And let's move it around again. Screw you. Get some flour on there. Let's get back to work on the crust. And as you can see, I do have my camera set up here, but I'm going to save that till the very, very end, because that's when I'm going to cut the pizza and then we can get a good view of it. But until then, just the boring view of this. I probably could set something up to have a camera like right above here, but I think that would be too much work for too little reward. Yeah. Step on this here. It's going to be the longest and most boring part of this, and for the record, I am still preheating the oven 500 degrees with my pizza stone there, so this will not take very long to cook. And this will not be perfectly round like I said before, but that doesn't matter really. And it's going to be a little bit more square than round, but again, who cares? Alright, that's looking pretty decent. Just going to keep thinning it out. more, and I think that ought to... Stupid thing wants to roll everywhere and screw everything up. Not on my watch. One more. Left foot on here. Let's see here. Inch, half inch, quarter inch. A little more. The most boring part of this live stream, I totally admit that. Secure the board with a bit of booze. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Billy's here. Hey, how you doing? So let's see. Well, it's hard to say. Now you choose one particular style. Yet there's so many different types of pizzas. And a lot of them are all good. One style Sicilian, rectangle crust, really thick crust. Don't forget to smash the claws up. Oh, thank you so much, Bob, for the reminder. Do hit the like button if you like what you see here. Helps my humble little channel out. But this is feeling thin enough that I'm gonna call this tiny bit more. I'm gonna call that good enough for me. It might not be a perfect one, but another thing that makes a Dayton pizza not really unique, but there's toppings all the way to the edge. I don't know how the heck I'm gonna pull that off here. Let me think. How am I gonna do this? I think I can get it off for the moment, but what I wanted to do is just get some cornmeal underneath this just to take on a layer of insurance. I think I've got it floured enough where it won't make a difference, but no chances. And there we go. All right. So there we go with the piazza, which is what Marion calls her place, is a piazza. This is a pizza, so just got generic pizza sauce. I think they use a special sauce for Dayton-style sauce pizzas, but I honestly can't. I'd say I can't be asked to do that, but I can't be asked to do that. So I'm gonna just take some jarred sauce. I'm gonna add a few more seasonings to it, which I think I got on. Oh yeah, there they are on the side. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get them close to the edge as possible without going over. That's almost on the edge. I think it is, but who cares? Let's get this going all the way to the edge. A little more. A little more, get a kiss in the edge there. Oh yes, there we go. Where's the top? Here's the top. Get that on. Give it a rinse. Clank-a-dank. Now, again, the star of the show. So again, Dayton-Style pizza. If you just tuned in and didn't hear it the first time, we actually don't use mozzarella on Dayton-Style pizza. We use provolone. Now, I couldn't find any straight up provolone shredded cheese in the store, so I'm just using deli slices. But I do have some mozzarella in case this isn't enough for the whole pizza, just to fill in the gaps. Actually, oh, before I forget, I'm going to add some seasonings to the sauce to make it a little bit nicer. This is some oregano. This is actually homegrown oregano from my behind my patio, right around that area of my house. So, some authentic Dayton oregano. Alright. A little bit of, oh, this is unopened basil. I don't know if I want to use this one. Where is it? Do I have any other? I don't want to open up a fresh can or tin of basil if I don't have to. Cumin, garlic, hot stuff. Bay leaf, coriander, garlic salt, vanilla extract, paprika, hot curry, chopped onions, more paprika. You know what? I think I'm done with that basil. I think I have to open up a new one. Oh well. Good, shake them up here. It's a little bit of basil. And maybe a little bit more flavor, add some thyme. Some thyme leaves. I kind of like thyme on my pasta, so I think it might be good in pizza too. So let's take a look up here. Since I wonder if salt in the flour is what gives the pizza its salty taste. That's one thing that I saw in one of the so-called Dayton-Style pizza recipes. So what I did here, this recipe for the thin crust dough called for half a teaspoon of salt. I upped it to 1 full teaspoon. And you know what? I'm going to do something. I got no salt in my shaker. This is nearly empty. If you'll bear with me for just one more second, I'm going to try and go all out on the salt if I can. And this is all I got left. Somebody please hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, whatever, reminding me to get some more salt to make doubly sure. Some salt here. That should definitely give it a salty flavor. This is Bob and Joe Raptors. What? What makes pizza salty is usable sauce, cheese, and meat topping. Maybe, but I mean, I've had just plain old pepperoni pizza and other stuff, and I do know that the crust is kind of salty on the Dayton-Style pizza. So I've heard some people say maybe they have salt in addition to cornmeal and whatever on the bottom. So that could be something that might be worth experimenting with in the future. But anyway, let's get to the cheese. Again, now, proper Dayton pizzerias use shredded provolone. I don't have that, so this will have to do. Put it appropriately here. Let's see. Am I gonna do this? think I've got an idea of what I'm going to do now. There's 7, but I got one more slice, so fold this in half and then fold it in quarters. Here we go. Put that there. Put that there. And then finally put that there and put that there. Now, I don't know if you can see that. You know what? I'm going to turn the camera up just a little bit. Excuse me. First a sip of this. Okay. Now, take a look at this. I think that's as good of a job as anybody can expect. With 6 ounces of provolone cheese, it is kind of thick as well, so it might spread out a little bit, but you know what? I think that's all the cheese I'm going to add to it. What do you guys think? I'm going to leave it there for a while. Well, I see something here. You guys can say anything you want. Do you guys think I should add a little bit of mozzarella pieces anywhere around here on the pizza? Anywhere? Bob says that'll work. Anybody else here? I know there's 7 concurrent viewers on my YouTube studio thingamajig. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do. I mean, for my channel, it probably won't mean as much, but that's cool anyway. And if you haven't subscribed, why the heck not? Subscribe. My YouTube little app tells me that about like only 15% of the people that watch my videos are subscribed, which is stupid. Looks great, especially if you put pepperoni on it. The pepperoni will come in just a little bit. In fact, if y'all think it's good, let's do it right now. But first, let me get the camera set back up. Zoom out, no, not in. Out. Do it nice and slow like. Crack, 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 crack on this cheap ass tripod. I gotta get a better one. Alright. Now for some boar's head pepperoni. Yes, the good stuff. Scott Wilson here. So does the beer you drink make a difference whether you're drinking it as you create the pizza or just as you drink the beer by itself? Does the beer I drink make a difference whether you're drinking it as I create the pizza? I gotta think about that. I don't think it really makes too much of a difference. I just saw that beer and I liked it, so I just got it. I'm also making a raspberry porter, so I figured it'd be good to have that while I'm making it. So anyway, Bill Rosie, you just subscribed. Thank you very much. Cooking under the influence. Well, just a little bit. Now, if I'd had like maybe 3 or 4 of those, that could be an issue. But I would never cook something this complicated. Like cooking pizza is complicated. So now an important thing, again with the Dayton-Style pizza, is making sure that this will be for afterwards, but cutting it into tiny, tiny squares, which is 1 to 2 bites per square. I don't think the pepperoni placement will factor much in that, but again, it's got to go right to the edge. And that's what I'm doing here. Hopefully I'll be able to keep this in one piece before I get it onto the stone in the oven. So we gotta hurry. Up to the edge. on top of the provolone. Drinking heavily peated scotch of Caleb Perry. Thanks to you for joining. Can never go wrong with more cheese. Well, I've only got 6 ounces of the provolone. And of course, that's what Dayton Pizza uses. No mozzarella, just provolone. I have mozzarella, but I don't want to use it. That would be going against the soul of Dayton Pizza. Vic Cassano and Marion Glass would turn over in their graves if I used mozzarella on a Dayton Pizza. There we go. There we go. But again, back, Billy, when you're countering the peated scotch, I've never really been a liquor person myself. Just beer, glorious beer. Almost done here. Let's see, yeah, keep it like that. 1, 2, 3, one more, and then we will be done. 4 with the topping. So there we go, and now it's time for the moment of truth. The part where I may royally fuck this up. Part of my language or not. The part where heroes will be made, villains will be cast, and pizza lives will change forever. Getting the pizza onto the peel and then onto the stone. The most perilous part of this entire live stream. Sweet for good luck. Alright. I'm confident enough with the Alright, that's good, I think. That was one of the scarier parts of this, so now, part 1 of the perilous is done. Now time for number 2, pizza on the stone. Here we go, whoop, whoop, whoop. Joe alert, Bob done gone went to bed, favorite mammal ain't feeling, favorite mammal ain't feeling so good neither. Uh-oh. That's not good to hear. So Bob's going to bed. His favorite mammal ain't feeling so good neither. Uh-oh. Could be problems in the Joe and Bob household. So let's see. So if you gotta go and do what you gotta do. But if not, thank you so much for coming. But anyway, I'm getting scared. So here we go. Whoosh, that's hot. Aye. All right. Wish me luck. Some of the pepperonis are sliding off. But otherwise, it turned out fine. Let me see if I can't spread some of this stuff back on in place. Yeah, All right, that'll do. I'm doing it. I'm calling it. Aha. Timer. I'll set it for 8 minutes. Add 2 more if I need to, if I don't think it's quite done yet. Steven says, on the Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey in the sky's the limit, and the space is the place. I'm trying to remember who was that. I remember Macho Man Randy Savage saying something like that, but I also want to say was it Superstar Billy Graham who said that? I can't remember. But Superstar Billy Graham was well before my time as far as the WWE fan is concerned. I hate to say I remember. The only part I remember, Tower of Power, Too Sweet, Be Sour, Funky Like a Monkey. Ooh, yeah, it was on that horrible WrestleMania album in '93, which I actually got on cassette, by the way, way back when, and I think I recorded a little bit over it, so blah. Still got cassette stuff back then. My parents in my house didn't get a CD player until 1996, after they'd been around for 7 years. But that's my opinion there. So anyway, now game memo. Hello, or it's morning where you are in Tokyo, so Ohio. So anyway, do I have 8 tracks? Oh no. I'm not old enough for 8 tracks. Oh my goodness. So let's see, the pizza's been in the oven a minute and a half. Let's turn the light on. See. Oh my goodness, it's looking so far so good. I will say, of the times I've used my pizza peel to put something in the oven, that was actually the cleanest dismount, if you will, of getting my pizza onto the square. Usually some of the crust slips off of it or some toppings go spilling, but this one actually worked kind of fine. I think next time if I do try it again, I'll do a combination of flour and cornmeal. But anyway, I saw a Tower Power. Billy said I saw a Tower Power band in the 70s. And Joe says, saying hi to now game mammal. All right. So anyway, if you've just joined us, I'm making a pizza in the style that's native to my hometown of Dayton, Ohio. A so-called Dayton-Style pizza, which is a thin crust pizza. It's not cracker thin, but it's a thin crust pizza with toppings all the way to the edge. This dough is a little saltier, that the whole pizza is a little bit saltier than the normal one. I actually added some salt, extra salt to the dough, and sprinkled some salt into the sauce. And the other important thing is the type of cheese. Whereas most pizzas use mozzarella cheese, Dayton pizzas use provolone. So it's just a basic pepperoni pizza, thin crust, saltier crust, provolone cheese on top. No mozzarella at all. Plus I added a little bit of oregano, basil, and thyme to the sauce, so I'm hoping overall it turns out pretty good. Plus it's also cut into very tiny squares, just like 1 or 2 bites a piece. So let's see, yep, got my cutter here, so that will serve just well. Let me wipe my brow here. Any comments? Oh, Joe says, I can know it's Joe. He's getting some Milwaukee's Best Ice. Oh my goodness. The beer with a purpose. And again, this stuff, the beer I'm drinking right now is a Combs, I think it's pronounced Combs Raspberry Porter. It's from Poland. It's 1 pint, basically it is 16.9 ounces. It's basically a pint, 8.5% ABV, brewed with raspberry juice, lagered with vanilla and chili peppers. I'm getting no vanilla or chili notes at all. The raspberries is overpowering everything, but that's kind of what I wanted and expected. And for afterwards, I got something special. Well, I say special, but my favorite stuff of all time, Ace Pineapple Cider. And you know what, heck with it, I'm just going to take a bottle out for my traditional post-stream chug. Excuse me. As you can see, 3 minutes on the timer, which means the pizza has been in here for 5 minutes. Let's take a look at the look here. That is looking beautiful. It's spreading out nice and nice. Very nice. My only concern is that some of the pepperonis on one corner might be sliding off to the side. Billy says, Joe, tell Bob to feel better. Well, hopefully he does. Steven says, fax me some. Bob again, ace pineapple praying. Nice. Yep, that's Joe saying that. I'm sorry. Two minutes to go on the 8-minute clock. Now again, this is preheated to 500 degrees, so I don't want to overdo it at all. I don't think I need to because, well, 10 minutes is going to be my max, like I said. Fruit prey ain't junk food if it's got ABV. Nope, nope. So where do you buy Polish beer? Well, I just got this at a local high-end supermarket called Dorothy Lane Market. I'm pretty sure you could, I don't know if you can buy this in any one of specialty beer stores or whatnot. I just stumbled upon this when looking for a special beer to buy for the live stream, and this looked the nicest to me, so I just got it. And I will say it was a damn fine choice. Caleb Perry, can't wait to see how it turns out. Me and my son Max love the channel. Thank you very much. Stephen Bryno, man, what do you drive? A 14-year-old, is it 14 years old? Yeah, a 14-year-old Toyota Corolla. Not really a car person, but it's still in one piece. It hasn't, its engine hasn't blown up yet. I'm trying to think. I've changed the tires on it countless times, maybe 4, 5, 6 times. The only serious thing that ever happened to it was shortly after I got it, the engine computer went kaput, but it was still under warranty, so. But nothing major. Which is strange because I'm starting to get into watching car YouTube stuff and car channels and whatever. Not seriously, but I'm not that by any stretch of an imagination. Let's see. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Something smells good, and let's just see. Hot. Let's see. It rose a little bit more than I wanted. It's definitely thicker than a Marion's or Dayton, but you know what? Let me see. It's one more minute. The 2019 Porsche GT3 RS. What about a 2019 Porsche GT3? But anyway, the pizza rose a little bit more than I wanted to. Maybe I didn't get the pizza thin enough. I'm not really sure how I would get the pizza that thin though, or maybe yeast is the problem. I don't know. It's thicker than I wanted it to be, so you'll see in just a little bit. Steven says 1999 Audi A4. I'm trying to remember my Corolla. Is that 2005 or 2006? Or is it even 2007? I can't even remember. If it's that old enough, I can't even remember. I did get it new though, so I've gotten I've gotten probably more than my value out of it. But anyway, I think that's it for the pizza. So now here's the easy part. One pepperoni got off the edge, actually maybe 2, but overall, apart from the crust being a little thicker than I wanted, it's actually not that bad. Let me switch it to split screen. Let me clear some space on my workspace here, other workspace. let's get you into split screen mode. On your left, how about that? Let's... Sorry about that. I wanted to add a view of just the top camera only, so I'm going to take a short break in 3. We're going to go to black. Stay with me, please, in 3, 2, 1. Let me see, can you hear that? Nope, that's not it. Oh, how about that? Can you see that? I just added a video source at the last minute. The overhead camera. Take a look at that. I apologize for the turbulence there. Nothing wrong with keeping the car a long time. It helps catch it on the flow. So Bob, a 2015 Ford Fiesta. But anyway, what do y'all think about this? I mean, again, the crust is thicker than I wanted to. It's definitely thicker than what you would get at Marion's or Cassano's. But objectively, I think it's still a pretty good pizza, if I say so myself. So anyway, now I'm going to cut it into squares, or try to at least. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Slight angle. Oh yeah, that's the perfect size. Perfect size for the party style pizza. That's going to be, I don't know how that's going to work out, but oh well, it's my pizza, my rules. I think that's fine the way it is, you know. Oh my god, I feel that crunch. Oh, perfect size. Oh, corner. Mm-hmm. Maybe. I'm gonna leave that edge the way it is. So, it is cut up like a proper Dayton-style pizza, so at least I think it is. What do y'all think? Looks effing awesome, Bryno. The only problem is mammals is Marion. Oh, wait. The only problem is Bryno mammal and Marion's is 230 miles away. Almost. Sorry about that. Almost knocked over the daggone pizza peel. But anyway, if you can pull it up, as you can see there, it is on the thick side. Definitely much thicker than a Cassano's and Marion's pizza. But you know what? Let's switch to the full view and have a proper taste. Oh, no. Main only. There we go. If OBS will work with me, there we go. Switch back to YouTube. There we go. So, whoop. DJ Lamar 2 says, I know the answer, but do you deliver? My delivery radius is approximately 25 feet. So unless you live within 25 feet of my house, you're out of luck. So anyway, let's find a good square. Here we are. Here's a square of my, I don't want to call it a failed attempt at making a thin crust pizza. It's not cracker thin, but then again, the more I think about it, Dayton-style pizza isn't necessarily cracker thin. It's sort of between cracker thin and a full crust, so maybe I should let my taste buds do the talking. But anyway, I think I did succeed absolutely in the toppings and cheese all the way to the edge, so at least I got that going for me. But anyway, I've stalled enough. Actually, let me stall a little bit more. Ah. Well, on the delivery up, Judy Mills. Good to see you. So anyway, here we go. One little square of my homemade Dayton-style pizza. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to stall just a little bit more whilst I run to the back, get my cell phone for a thumbnail. Because I think you would, and everybody else would like it. Wouldn't you think so? Now where? Where is the daggone? Here it is. Exactly where I put it. Suck the gut in. That didn't do nothing. So here we go. Take that off. 9 by 16, not 16 by 9. There we go. Shot of the pizza. Click. And wait a minute, will that work? Yeah, that'll work. And click. Alright, that'll do it for a thumbnail. So now, no more stalling. Here we go. My first attempt at making a Dayton-style pizza. A little bit salty and thin crust all the way to the edge. And using provolone instead of mozzarella. So anyway, here we go. Doesn't really remind me of Cassano's or Marion's, but it's all right. Just maybe it's the provolone that I used that was weird or whatever, but or maybe it's because the Marion's and Cassano's pizzas I get were double cheese, so maybe that kind of threw me off. But let's have another piece. I'm also not getting the salty note that I get from, at least not to the extent that I get it from a Marion's or a Cassano's pizza. I think though it's a step in the right direction though. I'm still going to eat the crap out of this pizza because it's still pretty good. And I can now understand why they use provolone cheese over mozzarella, because it gives it a flavor unlike anything else. It actually is really pretty good. Let's see if I can get a good, well, let me get an inside piece. That was good. I'm still not getting the salty note though. Maybe it is that they use salt on the bottom in addition to the cornmeal and flour on the bottom. Maybe that's what sticks to the bottom and gives it a sort of a salty edge, if you will. I don't know. Just my thought. Maybe I should try that next time. But overall, it's pretty good. Again, it doesn't compare to Marion's or Cassano's. But then again, what homemade thing ever will compare to the original unless you're a 4-star chef? Refresh the palate. Let's take a look at the comments. And Dayton at a homeless shoe. Welcome. Says, will I regret ordering Chipotle now? Bobbed around, talking back and forth. Dayton Pizza Praise, indeed awesome, Joe. Salt the cornmeal. That's exactly what I was thinking. So Bryno Mammal, if it ain't true Dayton-Style, Kettering style, maybe you're right. He is. Talking about Bob getting old. Well, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna say he's as old as dirt, but is a close cousin of his. I'm sorry, Bob. Don't tell him I said that. But anyway, you know what? Let me see what the time is up. We're getting close to the end here, so let me just try one more little piece here around the. It's like a nice little Tetris shape here. One more little square. If there's a way I can find shredded provolone, I'll use that, but or maybe just cut the deli slices a little bit thinner. I don't know where you would buy shredded provolone in the store, or I remember in some stores that they have blocks of provolone. I could just shred that in my food processor around over here, but you know, I think this is fine the way it is, though. But we're nearing the end of our live stream here. Thank you all for coming in. But as is tradition, if I can open up this bottle first. As is becoming a tradition on my live streams, I have a chug before I finish. So let's give a nice chug of some pineapple cider here. And let's see if I can actually finish the chug this time. Alright. Here we go, some Ace pineapple cider. It's basically a blend of apple cider and apple juice, fermented to perfection. This is malic acid here. That's and sulfite as a preservative. I've used that before in some stuff. Judy says I'm craving some banana peppers. So I've never thought to put banana peppers on a pizza, but there have been weird things on a pizza. I've never had pineapple on a pizza, but I will have pineapple in my cider. So here we go. Let's finish off with a chug. Party on. Well, on that note, that'll do it for a live stream here on Bryno's World. Thank you very much for watching. If you got ideas for things I can do on my live stream, whether here in the future or any other video that I make, please leave a comment down below. Hit me up on social media on Facebook, Twitter. I've got an Instagram, but I don't really use it that very often. Hit me up on one of those. Also, don't forget to like this video on the way out or any other videos that you see on my channel. Share this video with your friends if you liked it, if you think they'll like it. And of course, subscribe and click the bell icon and make sure to click all to be notified of every single video that I come up with if you like. Once again, thank you very much for watching and have yourself a good one. Oh, hold up. Says, I love them on pizza, but no pineapple. Well, I know that's a big time debate. I think it just seems too weird to put on a pizza. Although, if it's cooked, who knows? I don't know. You know what? Nah. I'm going to say no. But you do your thing. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a good one. See you later.